Hey, transitioning to retirement. Big subject. One of the more important financial decisions in your life, and the current financial climate makes more people question, am I ever going to get to retire? How am I going to do this? In fact, I just saw, I think it was Japan. I didn't put it in the Smerconish.com newsletter, but I read it with interest. A story about how in Japan, folks now are working into their 70s. Are you going to work into your 70s?
Darn straight. No question.
You maintain now that you're in your 40s?
No, I'm 51 and loving it. Okay. 51.
And loving it. Call Steve Cordasco before you decide to retire. Let Steve and John Walker and the Cordasco team at Mercer Advisors guide you through this important transition in your life. They will create a tailored financial plan so that you can enjoy retirement with comfort and with confidence. But they can only help if you call them. You've heard me give the number. Have you dialed? 855-558-3500. Get a free consultation. 855-558-3500. This you should know. Cordasco Financial Network is a trade name owned by Mercer Global Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Andrew Garrett Inc., not affiliated with Cordasco Financial Network or Mercer. Client experiences vary. Successful outcomes are not guaranteed. Time now for the headlines from Smerconish.com, the newsletter. A particularly robust edition.
We've had several robust editions recently, I have to say. But yes, this one is
but just great
full
subject matter. Yes. And I had to go with the must read of the day. Like whatever's in the number one position, and we put a lot of thought into this, becomes on the website the must read of the day.
On the top.
Please read Admiral Stavridis' piece from Time Magazine, which is an adaptation of the speech he delivered in October at the Unconvention. You will also see coverage today at Smerconish.com of the Houston shooting case that we spoke of yesterday. Incredible, right?
Wow, yes.
Man who was seen on surveillance last week shooting and killing an armed suspect attempting to rob a Houston taqueria. I think the gentleman who called me yesterday corrected my pronunciation.
For sure.
Was questioned by police. Remember what I told you yesterday, TC? I said that a lawyer said, I represent this gentleman and he's willing to speak. This is the so-called good guy with a gun.
The vigilante. I mean, isn't that what we call him or no?
You can,
okay.
Sure. I mean, some callers yesterday disputed my referring to him.
We had both.
As a good guy with a gun. They said, he's a guy with a gun. We don't know if he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And remember, I've left out the key elements so far. The bad guy, the robber, had a fake gun.
But you would never have known that. I mean, that's part of the story.
No, he terrorized and traumatized the patrons. Robbed them. The question is, from a legal standpoint, it's not really the fake nature of the weapon of the bad guy. It's had the danger passed, right? Because he was now headed out the door and got shot in the back, and the good guy shot him 9 times.
And then execution style in the head, right? I mean, that's
correct.
Wow.
So we know that he's 46 years old, the good guy. Mm-hmm. His identity has not been released. Law enforcement now referring this decision, this is standard operating procedure, to a grand jury.
So we won't know who he is unless he's charged.
Correct. Okay. And I don't believe, the media might out him, but I don't believe that he will be charged.
Yeah.
The victim, who was the robber, is the 30-year-old individual who has been identified. The defense of self-defense can be used against homicide charges in Texas. This is what it all comes down to. It's legal to kill somebody in self-defense in Texas if you reasonably believe, I said this yesterday, that there's an imminent danger that you or somebody else is going to be seriously injured or killed, and you use deadly force because it was necessary and appropriate at the time you used it.
Yeah.
So that's the case. All captured on video.
Right.
All captured on video.
The video might actually help his cause because although the robber was heading out, he had been going back and forth. So maybe you could say, hey, I didn't know if he was about to turn back around and shoot everybody up. You know what I'm saying?
The vigilante, after he kills the man, and I have not seen this, I've only read this.
Yes, this is amazing detail.
Gathers up the stuff that he had taken from the patrons and starts to redistribute it and then leaves. And then he leaves.
Amazing.
And then he leaves. Funny thing was yesterday when I said, I know.
Funny?
this is funny.
Okay, go ahead.
Funny thing is, I said yesterday, I know they're going to identify this guy quickly. He may as well come forward.
That was a great call.
Because he has this red pickup truck that is all like damaged and beat up and so forth.
It's like from the 70s, all rusted.
Yeah, all rusted. And a caller called and said, like, you're in your Philly bubble. Every pickup truck in Texas looks exactly like that guy's pickup truck.
It's like saying someone has dark hair. That's what he said.
Right. Okay, so there's this as well. You'll remember that on Saturday, my poll question and a commentary that I delivered on CNN said, hey, C-SPAN.
Right.
Actually, hey, Speaker, meaning Kevin McCarthy.
Mr. Speaker, right.
Let C-SPAN continue this type of television coverage like we've just had. The ratings were through the roof, and all of the feeds that were taken, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all came from C-SPAN, which had roaming privileges that they don't normally get to exercise. And I made a pitch, and I said, this is the way it always ought to be. We ought to be able to see the sausage being made.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
We had a record 44,000 plus votes cast, and 96% agreed with me.
Right.
They want that level of coverage.
And what is the follow-up impact segment of the program say?
C-SPAN tweeted last night, note, C-SPAN cameras are no longer in the House chamber. We have resumed using the feed from the House government-operated cameras.
Oh, dear.
Which blows.
Oh, wow. Okay,
So
yes.
Kevin McCarthy must have said no to that.
Said no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday's poll result, 17,501. Do you agree with President Biden now using Title 42, a Trump-era policy he opposes, to expel migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela? 71.4% said yes. Of course, the president visited the Mexico-U.S. border Sunday for the first time as president, and many are pointing out, and accurately so, that the picture that he was presented with at El Paso is not what it looks like on a normal day. Everything was cleaned up, and he saw no migrants. So there's that. Love today's poll question. Should all communities mirror Teton County, Wyoming, where holiday lights must be turned off by today, January 10. This courtesy of the Jackson Hole News and Guide, with a hat tip to Zippy, who put it on my radar screen.
As I said, why? What if you say no because you think the date should have been January 1st? I'm just asking for a friend.
Right. Well, I think you should, if that's your perspective, that it should be sooner than January 10, that I think you're a yes vote.
I was a yes vote.
I think you're a yes vote.
I was a
yes
vote.
I still have some exterior lights displayed.
And what is your plan?
I don't have a plan, but
they're still bringing you joy.
I'm I guess a hypocrite on this.
Because you voted yes?
I like the idea.
You voted against
just
your
not
interest?
mine.
That's amazing.
Just not mine.
That's amazing.
But I love this question. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to something.
Oh, okay. Paying attention.
Early this morning,
Okay.
as soon as TC posted today's poll question, because it's her responsibility to do it.
Yes.
I took a screenshot with my phone of the voting at a time when there were 13 votes cast. Because we're always curious, are the first 50, 100, 500 reflective of the ultimate vote?
I think 13 is a little bit
13.
of a low.
Well, that's why it's fun.
Okay.
So among 13, the question, should all communities mirror Teton County, Wyoming? The no votes were 8. The yes votes were 5, meaning it was 61.54%. I'm going to hold this till tomorrow and see where the voting ends up.
Do you want a snapshot? Because I took a snapshot when there were 1,300 votes. Are you interested in that? And then we can compare it to the final. Or do you want to just wait for the final tomorrow?
Let's wait.
Okay,
let's
wait.
see where it ends
But it's
up.
fascinating.
And so you took a snapshot.
I took a snapshot
of 1,300.
at 1,300.
I love
I thought that was
okay.
kind of neat.
I didn't even know you did
From
that.
13 to 1,300.
I love it.
Okay.
It's very cool.
Okay.
Very, very cool.
Okay,
Anyway,
we'll do all
I
kinds
love,
of
by the way,
comparisons.
one last thing about the lights and Teton County.
Yes.
I love, there's a quote in the local newspaper that says, there have been a lot of people that have moved here from cities in the past 18 months, and they're just not tuned into exactly why they like this place.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Right. And the purpose is
Let's light it up like a city.
to
No, let's not.
protect dark skies and scenic character.
That's fantastic.
That's what they say in Teton County.
I like it. I approve.
Which sounds beautiful.
Sounds like that's my kind of place.
All right, let's deal with this now, TC.
No.
Come on,
no,
let's deal with it.
We're not dealing with
At
it.
long last, today, Tuesday, today is Harry's release date. The book is out today. Now, of course, we've heard so
really
much and
already
so
out.
many. Right. It's number one at Amazon. It's number one at Amazon, and I will tell you, somebody's about to get fired.
For the first time in my life, I refuse to like one of your Instagram posts.
Is that true?
I refuse.
Someone's about to get fired.
I hope
now,
it's
it
me.
could be me.
I'm hoping it's me.
I may get the blame, but it could be our CEO and intern.
He's really hoping that it is.
Well,
Very
in
much
that
hoping.
case, then we can't let him we can't let him go.
Wait, no, I'm hoping it's me.
Right. I'm laying this all on Eric X.
Are you?
Yeah, totally.
Wow, that's
Totally.
whose call was it though?
He's the CEO.
Oh, okay.
He's the
buck
CEO and,
stops there?
and running the merchandise.
So
now,
usually-
if they sell
usually
like
the-
hotcakes,
It's all you.
then of course it was my genius.
Okay.
No, I went with
Good.
his design.
You mean things are just as normal as ever? Is that what you're
Let
saying?
me just say this.
Oh, boy.
And you better hurry, because if there's a hue and cry and so forth, this could end.
Well, either they're going to sell out,
Right.
or they're going to be pulled from the shelf. So one or the
yeah,
other.
that's
Get
true.
Get
That's
your
true.
order in fast.
Okay, the free Harry T-shirts are on the market as I speak.
gosh.
They are on
This
the
is
market
crazy.
at the merch
I
page
am
of Smerconish.com.
So against this.
Well, you're against it because you're fearful that they are going to outsell the TC Strong shirts, which, by the way, this is no joke, are almost sold out.
All right.
I think when the TC tank tops sell out,
Yeah.
they will not be replenished.
Okay.
But there will be some other TC merch.
Oh.
So all the
wine glasses?
I don't know, whatever you want.
Vigno Verde glasses?
Of all, it's really a reason why you should go get a TC Strong shirt now, because they will be vintage and collector's items.
Okay, sounds good.
All in one fell swoop.
Okay, but the one thing I do like about the free Harry T-shirt is I love the little crown.
I
Like,
don't.
that's-
I wanted the little crown at the top of the Y. Eric X wanted it at the bottom of the
like
Y. and
dangling off.
Dangling off.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Because I don't know if you know it's a crown.
Of course you know it's a crown. What else would it be? It's a crown.
So you like the design.
I love the design. I didn't realize there was an issue.
Will you, I'm not going to say buy, because I would love to give you one gratis. Okay? But would you wear a free Harry
Of
T-shirt?
course not. What are you
You
talking
would not.
about?
Well, you just said you
discussed
love it.
I like the little crown. I don't like
okay,
the whole
you
idea.
wouldn't be seen wearing a free Harry T-shirt.
Michael, are you going to walk around in a free Harry T-shirt?
Well, I don't walk around wearing a T-shirt anywhere, but would I work out in it and take a selfie?
And be
Yes.
happy?
Yeah.
All right, when it comes, I'd like you to wear it on the air, please, just for YouTube Live.
The shirt today brings me joy.
It brings you so
The
much. Look at your
idea,
face.
the
You're like-
idea
you're
of it.
so happy.
The idea of it brings me joy.
I am fascinated to see whether people order it.
Although I have to say, I watched the interview with Anderson that he aired on CNN last night,
Right.
which I guess was the same interview as 60 Minutes. The deal must have been 60
Oh,
Minutes can air it
interesting.
on Sunday night, and then CNN will run it on Monday night.
That's so interesting.
And I found Harry more sympathetic. Like, I do want them to go away. That is my overall posture.
Okay.
Okay? But I did find him somewhat sympathetic last night because of all the stuff about losing Diana. And the idea
That's terrible.
that he was at Balmoral,
Right.
and now Charles comes in and sits at the bed and doesn't give him a hug, and damn, they lost their mother.
Yeah.
So that does upset me.
Okay.
But then I say, like, come on.
No, but the free Harry, that feels like you're being sympathetic towards Harry, not Meghan. So
Well,
this
wait a minute. You're assuming that free Harry means free him from Meghan.
Does it not?
Maybe
Oh, geez.
it
Are you trying to
means-
get out of the misogyny and racism? Okay. Is that what you're trying to? Wow. Okay.
You'll have to
Wait a
ask
minute.
Eric
Let's
X.
rewrite history a little bit.
No,
here.
maybe.
No. We're trying to free him from the royal
free him
family.
from the royal family. TC.
Oh, for goodness
I
sake.
think it means free him from the firm.
Okay, everybody who knows you and has been listening to this program knows that is not what you mean.
How do you know that
Oh,
free
for the
Harry
love of
with the
God.
dangling crown doesn't mean, yes, give him some distance from these royals?
And then, Your Honor, he said to me, "Are you kidding me?"
I
Wow. You
think
better
that's
keep me in your court. 'Cause
I think
know
that
the
is
truth.
I think that is a fair interpretation of what free Harry means.
This is
It has nothing to do with Meghan.
nothing
Maybe.
to do with Meghan.
No.
Free Harry and Meghan.
Free Harry and Meghan.
And we're going to do another T-shirt. Megan's going to be on the Free Harry and Meghan. And Archie.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Lilibet.
I think it was a spatial limitation where we couldn't also put and
the
Meghan
Y just,
and
the
Archie.
crown hung better off the Y.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but Free Harry
From the firm.
indeed is like Harry Strong.
Harry Strong.
Harry Strong.
Like TC Strong, but different.
Exactly.
Wow, I'm glad we had this conversation.
Okay, I have to say this. So I have to say that. And by the way, I made in a tweet yesterday and on radio the observation.
Which is?
This is book 1.
What
the
the
hell are they going to discuss in book 2, 3, and 4? And if the polls right now, and they do show that 2/3 of Britons now have a negative view of Harry, up from 58% in May, with just a quarter now seeing him in a positive light. Can you imagine after the rollout of like book 3? People are going to be like, go away. and something Anderson asked, TC, and I hope you have the audio.
I have this audio.
And I think this is the question of all questions. Harry is so fed up with all things royal.
He wants
right?
to be freed.
Okay, right. Free Harry. So why doesn't he then surrender his Sussex title and be done with it? Oh, no. That he's not prepared to do. Roll it.
Why not renounce your titles as Duke and Duchess?
And what difference would that make?
One of the criticisms that you've received is that, okay, fine, you want to move to California, you want to step back from the institutional role.
Right.
Why be so public? Why reveal conversations you've had with your father or with your brother? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife.
That may be true, but that's not an answer. What is the answer? If this is such a tortuous path to be a royal, why doesn't he give up the title? Why doesn't she give up her title? They want to be the Sussexes. They want to hold on to that. Why? Because it makes them more marketable. Because if they're
private citizen Harry and private citizen Meghan,
then they're not going to get invited on all these TV shows and sell as many books.
Interesting.
Do you agree?
I do. I would like to be a Duke or Duchess.
Do you agree that Free Harry is subject to several different interpretations?
Oh, for the love of God.
Yes or no?
Grant me patience, Lord, but hurry.
What else did I want to tell you about
nothing
this?
Else. Honestly, there's nothing else.
I told you.
But ladies and gentlemen, do go order those T-shirts now.
Can I just bing bang boom on a couple of technology stories that are all at Smerconish.com?
Yeah.
So you know that I came on air yesterday and I allowed AI
that was crazy
to write my opening commentary.
I knew. So many people said to me, "Did you know ahead of time?" I said, "I had no idea ahead of time." But when he started talking about, I knew there was something wrong with the snow days because it wasn't what you thought.
Right. Edward Tian, I hope I'm doing right by the pronunciation, 22-year-old senior at Princeton University, has built an app to detect whether text is written by ChatGPT. Great story. Check out at Smerconish.com from Vice the story of, have you paid attention to this? These new California digital license plates. Surprise, surprise. Researchers could track the location of everybody with one of those plates.
Because it's just one company that does all of the digital plates in California, and they hacked into it. They couldn't get all the information, but they got enough information so they could literally know where the cars were. I like the idea of a digital plate. It even has things on that if your car moves and it's not supposed to, it'll say stolen, flashing on the license plate.
Love that.
So I love the idea,
Me
but
too.
they need a little bit more cybersecurity.
And you get to change the message at the bottom of the plate.
Yeah, you can
right?
say you can say whatever you.
You know that's going to be going to be fraught.
That's going to be a situation.
You know all the controversies about people who request plates with hidden meanings.
Right.
You can only imagine what's going to happen when people dictate what their message will be underneath the plate.
Story.
And then this is one that's like totally in my wheelhouse. Makes me think of Gene Twangy and a lot of the social science research that I've cited on the program over a period of years. Headline: Seattle Public Schools sue TikTok and Meta for youth mental health crisis. Seattle Public Schools, the largest school district in the state, suing major social media companies behind TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Snapchat over their impact on youth mental health. And in that same subject area of young folks and social media, you got to read the story about the gymnast. Where's she from? LSU.
Yes.
The LSU gymnast who she's very attractive. She's a social influencer. She has attracted a whole cadre of youthful supporters.
Hugely popular on social media.
And
Hugely
consequently,
popular.
like these young guys are showing up for gymnastics events because they want to get a look at her.
Yeah.
Does that sum it up?
That sums it up. And they were so rowdy and obnoxious and like scared the rest of the team as well that she had to put out a Twitter post and Instagram saying like, please be more respectful, settle down.
Check it out. The stories today at Smerconish.com. It's a banner day. It really is for the selection. I know because I handpicked every single one of them. All right. Today's poll question at Smerconish.com. Should all communities mirror Teton County, Wyoming, where holiday lights have to be turned off by today? January 10 is the deadline. If your lights are still up, we'd like you to take them down, but you gotta turn them off. And if you want to show solidarity with Harry, freeing himself from the firm and from all things royal, then you might be interested in a free Harry T-shirt at Smerconish.com. But you better hurry because controversy abounds. Thank you. See ya.